I got some new words.
Oh,
for
yes,
you.
sir. I was learning real good. What is this, sir?
It's dictator, fascist, and Nazi.
Oh, okay. Dictator,
Uh-huh.
fascist, Nazi.
Nazi.
Okay,
that's
sir.
right.
Those sound awful fancy, sir. What they mean?
Don't matter what the mean.
You right, sir. You right, sir. Pardon. I get ahead of myself. I know that I shouldn't have asked you nothing. I know that you tell me what's best, sir. Don't matter what they mean. Just matters that you told me to say them, and I got to learn them real good. Yes, sir.
You got them leftovers?
Oh, yes, sir. We got them leftovers. We show mighty obliged for them, sir. Yeah, Overseer Crockett, Overseer Obama, and Overseer Waters told us you sent them, sir. Because we...
Now, I want you, she said something very peculiar, and I don't want to get off on a tangent, but did you know that a large percentage of the overseers in the Southern plantations were black? Did you all know that? It wasn't white men. It was black men that they had out there making sure all the other black people were. So when she says Obama, Crockett, and Walters, she's talking about those various former president and two congresswomen. So I just find that very interesting. That's very, very, very interesting. Okay, that she notes that. Let's keep listening.
wouldn't be able to get by without your handouts and your program, so we can't do it on our own. And they make sure they remind us of that. So yes, indeed, they do. We got some more leftovers coming. What on the first? Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. Because they even told us, they talking about we got to get some identification, and we knows we can't do that on our own. We not smart enough. We need you.
That's right.
In other words, a vast majority of black people support basically showing identification when you vote. I think that makes sense. I mean, you have to show identification to get on an airplane. You have to show identification to cash a check. You have to show identification pretty much at the bank. So why not force people to show identification when they're voting? You see, I think that's very important, and it just makes sense to me. And here's the thing: if you're not competent enough to get identification, how are you able to figure out which people are best to run your country or your city or your neighborhood? I mean, that is not what our ancestors had to deal with, right? That is not a civil rights issue, in my opinion. Okay, I think it's just a common sense issue. You're not competent enough to procure up-to-date ID, then you're not competent enough to participate and vote intelligently, right? Whatever your interest may be. So I think that's something we need to consider, and that's why black people support it. Let's keep listening, and it keeps out the people who shouldn't be voting. All right, let's keep going.
Right. That's right. So I appreciate you for dropping by here, letting us know that you're still thinking about us. All right. All for good. All right, sir. Thank you for dropping by. Okay. Look away, look away, look away.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. That's hilarious. Man, shout out to that young lady. All these very creative content creators. I just think that was called Another Day on the Democrat Party. She made some great points, and she did so in a very humorous manner. So who are the real sellouts in this conversation? Who are the real sellouts? Let's keep listening. Y'all hit the #1 button and subscribe.
And when you go to other people's pages, they say, oh, well, this lady's just getting paid to say this. And, oh, she's just cooning for him. They're just saying this stuff to make him look good. But isn't that exactly what the Democrats do?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the other side does as well. They pay you to say certain things. They pay you to tote the line. They pay you, these protesters. They pay you to say certain things about Obama to make him look good. They paid you to ignore the fact that Biden wasn't even Biden. That they got different clones or people with masks on and they're declining and all. They paid you to just ignore that. You're getting paid. So even if this lady is getting paid, and I don't know if she is, and I hope she is getting paid, but even if she is getting paid, why is it that when somebody gets paid from the other side, then they're a coon and they're lying? But when you're getting paid by the white people on your side, then you're activists.
It's because we have been brainwashed to believe that our Black identity is tied to our political affiliation. You had a whole bunch of Black and white ops for the Democrat Party come in and eat fried chicken and pickle pig feet with you, okay? And talk about I ain't no ways tired, and talk about hot sauce in the bag. And what else did they talk about? We've talked extensively about the fried chicken dinners and the barbecues, but and we see that as them identifying with us, and therefore, because they identify with us, we will assume that they will do what is in our best interest. So anybody who doesn't vote for them is literally voting against, in their minds, voting against the interests of Black people. It's a psychological trick. It's a trick. It is game. You see, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. It is all game, because when you look at the effect that these Democrat policies have had on the Black community, they have been detrimental. So it's game being run on us, and you got people waking up from that. All right. And so we have tied, the majority of Black people have tied their identity to the political party, i.e. the Democrat Party. That's what's going on, family. And it's a great big psychological trick. And I don't understand why Black people aren't angry. More Black people aren't literally angry at the Democrat Party. Again, I'm not telling you who to vote for, family. I'm just telling you to vote your interests. I know I vote for Democrat, I vote Republican, but I don't vote for them because I'm just tied to them, because of some blind loyalty. I vote my interests. That's all I ask you guys to do. All right, let's let this lady keep going.
You're activists. It's really hard to try to bring us all together. It's so hard to bring us all together. Because you leftists and you radical liberals are not willing to think. You won't think. You're not willing to just stop for a second, get out of your emotions for just a minute, get out of the rhetoric for just a minute, and just think about what you're saying. Just think about it. I'm telling you, you guys are going to be left behind, and it's going to be a sad, sad day. Because I'm going to get up and walk the fuck away from you like I'd never known your ass.
Family friendly.
I'm doing everything I can in my power to try to bring us together. But you guys are some of the most hard-headedest motherfuckers on this planet.
Samuel L.
We got real problems going on. People
Again, this is a family friendly broadcast. Every time y'all hear a cuss word, I need y'all to type family friendly in the chat room. Okay? Because we need to make sure this stays monetized. All right. And if you hear them give me that MF, or y'all type Samuel L in the chat room. Let's keep going. Samuel L.
eating babies and shit, and y'all over here talking about this lady is a coon because she got paid. If she got paid. This lady is a Black grandmother at the White House standing next to the biggest power of the world, the president of the United States. He done sent somebody over there to talk to her about the murder of her grandchild. And I ain't seen not one of y'all go over there to Chicago and talk to anybody about their grandchildren getting killed, you fucking hypocrite.
Okay, she's getting a little carried away, but y'all just bear with me. Basically, she's explaining that this lady grandson got shot in Washington, D.C. And Trump sent somebody over there to talk to him about it and, hear her story and just hear her out. And that's part of the reason they came through with the home rule and cleared out all those hooligans with the shenanigans with the going on in D.C. with the National Guard. I'm happy they did it. I know it's, I know it's anti-Black to be anti-criminal these days. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how in the hell that happened. But that's what Trump did. And you had all those Democrats say, oh, he's just targeting Black. No, he's targeting criminals. And I don't see a problem with that. Okay, we just take off our blinders and put on our common sense hats. Do you want to live around Black people? I'm just talking to Black people only. Okay, somebody type FBA 250 in the chat room. I'm just talking to Black people. Do you want to live around drug dealing, weed smoking, shooting, killing, robbing, pants sagging, hooligan, making the neighborhood unsafe dudes? Or would you like law enforcement to come run them up out of there so your kids can play in the front yard without fear of getting shot? I'm just gonna put that out there. To me, okay, hypothetically, to me, if confronted with that question, I would like to have a safe neighborhood. Because see, 9 times out of 10, I'm sorry, 99.99, 98 times, 93 times out of 10, it's a black person unaliving another black person. And largely that's black men unaliving other black men. So me personally, as a black man, having 3 young black men that I'm raising, okay, I would prefer that my sons live in a safe community, because more likely than not, they're going to be targeted by other young black men. So if the federal government will run those people out of here, that would make my life easier, because that means I wouldn't have to worry about my children being shot and killed or hurt or attacked or robbed by somebody else that looks like them. I'm just saying, to me, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm too extreme because I want to live in a safe community where I pay property taxes. I don't want to have to be riding around looking over my shoulder because you got a bunch of crazy young dudes out here who's mad at the world because they mad at their mama and daddy because of how they were raised. And so they want to lash out and take it out on the world because they're unhappy with their life. It had nothing to do with me, okay? Bottom line is, I think it's in the interest of black people to be a little bit more firm as it comes to law enforcement, humbly speaking. And what this lady did was, what Donald Trump sent somebody to her home, talk about the death of her son in DC, and she went and came and spoke on his behalf. There's no indication that she received any money. But see, again, the knee-jerk reaction from a certain crowd is that anybody who speaks up on behalf of the Republican Party or the Conservative Party, hell, it could be a Green Party, everybody's a sellout, because in their mind, we have been brainwashed over the past 60 years to identify Democrat Party politics with blackness. You understand what I'm saying? That's the mind trick. Even as degenerate as the Democrat Party has become, all these things that they have nothing to do with us. We have been, I mean, it's I don't even know how we got associated with some of these other organizations and their movement. We don't have anything to do with that. Okay. Love who you love. I get that. But leave the kids alone. Okay. That's all I'm saying. And black people know we're not down with that. We church going people largely. How could you be associated with that? But either way, that's the party we in with.